We're finally back with a much anticipated video on building the pool from A to Z. I told you it could be really cool to make a video about this one. First of all, because I find it super interesting. Secondly, it's really satisfying to watch. And thirdly, because it's going to be tech. This will be the most high-tech pool you can have. In any case, I really hope you like the idea. A lot of you really enjoy the videos about the house. Maybe by the time I release this video, it will already be finished. It might already be installed. Because there are several steps that will take place over several weeks. And for this project, I couldn't just do it with anyone. As you know, there are lots of pool builders out there. For me, it's gonna be with Magiline, who have been building pools all over France for 30 years and are really well known when it comes to tech. I'll get into more details later and you'll understand why. So just a reminder, the goal is to have this, right? It's pretty cool. So just so you know, Magiline makes custom pools as a standard. We were supposed to go with an L-shaped design, but as you figured out, it's gonna be rectangular in terms of size. It's still a big pool. We're talking 4 by 10 meters. They can adapt to any type of terrain. And as you can see, what they've done here are the outlines of the pool. So it's true that when you look at all this, it really does look huge. It actually takes up a good part of the yard. We set up a little camera so we can make a nice time lapse. Of course, we took some time with the pool builder to work on the project. The pool will be entirely made of concrete and the building permit has been approved. Now the next step is to shape the pool. That will take about 4 days. Well, the first real step is digging. They spent several hours removing the soil, and still there isn't that much soil to remove because of the height of the pool. It's the same as here, and we'll actually have to add almost 60 centimeters of soil. It feels strange. I'm standing in the future pool. We've received a big delivery. Here are the components that will be used to build the pool structure. And here are the large filtration blocks with the pump system. It's gigantic. Look at the size of it. It's huge. Another big block delivered. This is the NCC for the countercurrent swimming system. So, as you understood, each module will be installed directly in the pool. A filtration block here, another one over there. And the NCC block just to the left. After finishing the big hole, the next step is to lay the blinding concrete. So that's what's being done right now, and that's what will allow us to install the pool structure. We'll wait a few days for it to dry, and then we'll put in the structure. And the new step underway is to place all the blocks around the pool. So it's like Legos. All around, underneath, there's a peripheral reinforcement that helps solidify the structure so that everything is firmly fixed together. Here you can see the blocks separated. And after they're fused, this is what it looks like. And you can clearly see that there are no gaps. Oh, also, if you look a little closer, you can see it says Magiline made in France. So we're in a pool that's made here at home. It's nice. I went all the way up to the terrace because the house is open and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It really does look quite good actually. Big. Now that's a big pool. And a few hours later, it's done. There's even the staircase. By the way, it's a really big staircase. All right, I'm going to step onto the stairs. Lie down. A little balancing game. Ah, yeah, this really gives you an idea of how deep the pool is. So here, all the pipes you see are directly connected to the liner suction system. When the structure is completely finished, you can see what's being done down below. We have welded mesh here, which will help prevent the concrete from cracking. So as you can see, once that's done, it's time for the concrete, and that's going to happen tomorrow. The concrete has arrived. We've got the big pump here, as you can see. And then the concrete will be poured. I think it's going to be pretty impressive to watch. And wow, it goes up really high. Oh wow, look at it compared to the house, it's huge. So right now, he's remotely controlling the machine. And it goes even higher. And there it is, it's pouring. So now they're going to pour concrete on the ground the stairs, and inside all the structures. And what you should know is that in total, we're using 18 cubic meters of concrete, which is actually quite a lot. A few hours later, and there you go. The concrete has been poured everywhere. We're going to wait a few days for it to dry. Well, it's been a while since we last talked. Actually, it'll only be a few seconds for you, but for me, it's been a few months. The time it took for the house to be finished, for us to get the keys, and for the electricity to be connected. Now, the next step is building the technical room. Right now, they're digging a trench where all the pipes will be routed directly into the technical room. Now we've reached the much anticipated week for finishing the pool. So in the meantime, there was quite a bit of debris and water. So as a result, the first step was cleaning, then sanding the floor. Next, a layer of foam will be placed on the floor and on the walls. Then we'll add felt, which is a kind of thin carpet that makes it more comfortable to walk in the pool, and which will be put in place before the liner. And as you've understood, after that we install the liner. And we already start to fill it up a little bit once everything is in place. Now it's time to finally put in the liner, and you have lots of colors to choose from. On my end, I chose gray. Don't worry, once there's water in it, the effect will be much nicer than just plain gray. And for your information, Magiline offers more than 30 different colors. Generally speaking, what most people choose is gray or sand. But if you want something a bit more personalized, you can always have a design printed on it. Of course, that won't cost the same. And here, the machine you see, which is quite noisy, will simply allow the liner to be properly pressed into place. Because, in fact, when you put it in, there are quite a few wrinkles, and the goal is to have 0 wrinkles. That's why this kind of machine is used. Still, the human touch is important, just like when you put a screen protector on a smartphone. Basically, to get rid of the bubbles. Except here, it's on an XXL scale. Actually, over the next few days, we're going to fill the pool with water. On the other hand, it's going to take almost 2 full days. Yeah, it's just huge. Since we're dealing with a pretty large pool, filling it up is quite a big job. So, after 5 hours, look at this. Yeah, I think it's still going to take quite a while. Afterwards, we'll install the built-in cover. But to finish it, we have to wait until the pool is filled with water. Keep in mind, it's been 2 days now. This really takes a lot of time. In the meantime, the technical room is being set up. Look how beautiful it is. The pool is filled, and we can finally finish the cover. I just have to be careful not to fall into the water. All right, friends, we can say it now. The pool is finally finished. It's so hot right now. I really want to jump in. I'll go in a few hours, don't worry. The cover, which is absolutely huge, has been properly installed. But as you may have noticed, the outside isn't finished yet. There are still things to fine-tune, and quite a lot of them. By the way, don't worry. I'll talk about it in a future video. So don't hesitate to subscribe to follow the progress of the house. That's why, above the cover, for now, nothing has been put in place. But a section of the terrace will be added pretty soon. In any case, we can say it. It really is very, very beautiful. I'm super happy. And as you can see as well, to my right, there's the technical room. The walls are finished, and we're going to put up a framework to have a nice basic roof. When you have a standard pool, the technical room is a bit far from the pool, with a fairly large setup. We have the pump system. The filtration here with Magiline is completely different, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Basically, the filtration and the pump are located right at the edge of the pool. We just need a technical wall for the smart electrical box, the treatment system, and the hydraulics. I'll show you that. You'll be shocked at how little space it actually takes up. Here we have the pump right here. It's thanks to this that the water circulates and we avoid any buildup. It's designed to optimize filtration times and flow rate. And speaking of filtration, that's done right here. Bam! It works with an NFX cartridge system. There you go. And basically, this needs to be cleaned every 2 weeks with a good spray of water. So it's going to capture impurities to keep the water clean. And generally, it needs to be replaced every 2 to 3 years. So for this pool, since it's a large size, we have 2 of them. I was told it's supposed to be easy to clean, so we'll see about that. Welcome to the technical room. As you can see, well, it's still pretty small. I'm really happy because as a result, there's actually space that I'll be able to use to store other small things. And here we have the control box. Imagix, it's basically the brain of the pool, and that's what makes it a truly tech pool. On top of what I just showed you before, here the water will come in and be heated if we want it to be. It will then be analyzed.
We analyze the temperature, the pH, as well as the chlorine.
And with the information we've given it, like for example, I want this temperature, I want this pH level, well, it will adjust everything accordingly. If it's missing a bit of salt, well, no problem, we'll add some salt. And here on the left is everything related to the roller shutter system. So either I open and close it with a key, or I have an app that works via Bluetooth. And speaking of apps, that's what I love about Magiline. And that's why I wanted to have a pool like this and make a video about it for you. Well, the controls with an app. So in the app, you can get the outdoor weather at home, the temperature, but also the water temperature, the auto, live pH and chlorine levels, and then some small features. You can manage the filtration. You can either do it manually or set it to automatic. We have it on automatic, so we don't have to bother with it. Next, we have the heating. Here, you can choose the temperature you want. For example, the desired temperature. It's 28.5, so right now it's around 26. So at the moment, the pump is heating it up. Then there's the treatment section, where you can choose the pH level you want. Next, we have lighting, please. So there are a few lights. In the pool, you can choose the brightness level, but especially the color. There are even some little animations. You can either set it to automatic, choose what time it turns on and what time it turns off. It's completely customizable. But that's not all. We have an additional module. Here, I even have the countercurrent swimming feature. And here on the app, I can turn it on and off. Like you see, I'm going to press on. You can choose the duration. And now it's started. You can also do it manually. There's a little button, but that's not all. Here, there are 4 spa jets to give it a bit of a spa vibe. And also, in a pool, especially when it's hot, the water can evaporate. Well, here we have automatic refilling that can be done. We really don't have to do anything except clean the filtration systems from time to time. And even remotely, the pool technician, if there's a small alert, can handle things. It's still super convenient. All right, the video of the famous construction of the world's most high-tech pool from A to Z is finished. I truly hope you really enjoyed this video. If that's the case, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank Magiline, who supported me on this project. If you want to know more about the pool, there will be information in the description. In any case, if you have any tips about pools, don't hesitate to leave your comments. I'm interested. And with that, if you still haven't done it, feel free to subscribe by clicking here and check out one of my latest videos. There's even a playlist about the house. There you go. Enjoy yourself.